The last weekend of September in 2024, Hurricane Helene came up through Georgia and South Carolina and North Carolina, absolutely devastating key areas. While my house did not sustain any damage, we did lose power for about 2 days. I decided to make the best of it and toss the food that was going to go bad into the refrigerator of my Jeep Gladiator and headed out to my local weekend getaway in Clayton, Georgia. After spending an entire day helping out friends clear trees, helping their neighbors out, and getting people into town, I headed up the mountain to recuperate and relax. This is my story. The majority of the roads were cleared, allowing linemen to come in and slowly start to restore power to the outskirts of town, while locals living on the outside were without power and many county roads were still blocked by fallen trees. I noted minor flooding on the west side of Clayton, but on the east side you have the Chattahoochee River, which I measured almost 12 to 14 feet above normal water levels, causing significant damage to the river banks and the bridges. While Clayton lies on the northern part of Georgia, bordering North Carolina, most of the destruction hit east of us. Alright guys, good morning. So, we got into Clayton, Georgia kind of late last night, right at about sunset. I was originally going to sleep up at my spot up at Sarah's Creek, but the whole Sarah's Creek campground was gated off. There are a lot of down trees everywhere, down power lines. Everything was cleared off the roads, but you can tell they're still working on it. Clayton had power, but no internet. It was pretty much cash only everywhere. And so then I headed down to Earl's Ford, because there's a bunch of camp spots right there. But the bridge is washed out. I'll show you footage of Earl's Ford. That's not going to be a trail you can run anytime soon. That was completely washed out. I assume Sarah's Creek all the way up to the top is going to be pretty bad. I eventually did find somewhere to camp. Venture Unknown did sweep up the southeast last year, and this is kind of nearby where we camped for that. I got a nice little water crossing behind me. Got a little bit of rain last night, but the creek drowned it out. Slept pretty good. So we're gonna go see the other side, see what Charlie's Creek looks like, and go from there. Alright guys, so I saw a bunch of power lines down on the road, but they had like ropes on them, like they were being moved around. And I backtracked to the fire station right here, and I was like, hey, you guys got power lines down in the road and there's no signs or nothing. And they said, no, they're not active lines, we got ropes on them. The road's not closed, just drive safely across them, there's no worries about it. So that's what we did. If anyone starts freaking out, it's okay. Alright, so my DJI drone did not like that log right there. It kept throwing the safety collision codes. But this is the entrance to Earl's Ford, where there's a bunch of really nice campsites, and the bridge right here is completely washed out. Got debris stuck under the bridge, and the opposite side of the bridge has about a 2 to 3 foot just drop off right there. I'm sure if it was an emergency or something like that, you can get a Jeep over it, but obviously the road's going to be closed for some time, and the bridge is probably going to have to be redone. And unfortunately, I had to update the software to the drone, so it wouldn't allow me to fly further than 50 feet. So this is as far as I got, and you can tell the road is washed out further up right here, and I can't imagine further up. I would like to eventually get back out there with the drone software up to date where it'll allow me to fly and actually, fly that road for a little bit and get some better footage for you. But what a devastating effect on this area. And as you can see, the actual water line was above the bridge. So you can see there on the left how it's all flattened out over there with the vegetation. The water got really, really high over here. And as we come back across, you can see how undercut it is where the bridge meets the road right there. It's undercut back under the road a little bit. And as you can see to the right here, you can see how the grass is pushed down by the water. So definitely some extreme high water right there. And hopefully whoever was in this car wasn't hurt or injured with that tree falling on it, because you can see by the back tire there, the suspension is completely bottomed out, and the back of the car is literally touching it. The car is most likely totaled, especially being a hybrid car, and that back glass shattered. All the water is going to get in there where the electronics sit. Well, we're at the Tate Bridge campground, and everything's still closed up. They got rid of the cash drop boxes. It's now going to be scan and pay online, which I don't have cell phone service out here, so I don't know how that's going to work whenever they do that. Yeah, it's going to be all online now. Missing person. $15 per night. There are a couple people over there parked at the river crossing at the entrance to Charlie's Creek. Yeah, they closed the campgrounds. Which that's understandable. You don't want people here with that windstorm and all these trees everywhere coming down. It's an easy way to get stuck. But let's go see if Charlie's Creek is doable. Come out there. But this is one of my favorite camping areas. We camped over there the first time James and I came up here doing the Georgia Traverse. Must have been 4 or 5 years ago. Since then, I've come back down here almost every year. It's so quiet and peaceful right now. Let's go check out Sandy Bottoms, and then we'll double back to Charlie's Creek. Alright, we're at Sandy Bottoms, which is my absolute favorite camping area. And it's closed as well, gated to the campsite. So, let's go run Charlie's Creek, I guess. Let's go check that out. I don't know how well you can see that, but the leaves are already changing colors. Got yellows and reds showing through. Yeah. Has anyone came through yet this morning?
I haven't seen anybody go up it. We were here yesterday just to scope it out, and I haven't seen anybody go either way. Give us just 2 seconds and we'll move out of your way if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, sorry.
You're good.
That's where you want to do a senior picture of that.
I wouldn't blame them. Beautiful spot.
We come up here last night and looked at it, and then we come out of more trees that fell overnight.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the power company was up in there.
Well, that spot's getting more fun. That spot used to be like the worst washout a couple years back before they regraded it. And hopefully I could fit under this tree. Yeah, I got it. But someone's been through here already. I can see fresh tracks around a little kind of fallen log right there. So we should be okay. We'll see further on where all the mud is. Guys, this new TerraFlex Falcon 3.3 shocks I have with the The front bump stops, speed bumps or whatever you call them, it is night and day different than the Blistine 8100s I had. Even on the softest setting, which I'm on right now, it is still significantly firmer than the 8100s, which I kind of like, you know, because of the weight. I think the 8100s would be perfect for a more stock vehicle, but I can tell when the speed bumps are working. If I hit something too hard, I can kind of feel them compress and not just, you know, bang on the axle. But so far, really loving it. Alright, looks like we got a little washout right here. Doesn't look that bad. Alright, got some more rocks here. Alright, so right here you have a turnoff to the right if you're coming from the actual Tallulah River, the campground back there. If you turn right here, it goes, let's see, it's probably a half-hour drive down to the bottom, and at the bottom it dead ends at a creek. Back in the day, it used to go up and loop back around to Tate City. And there's an old cabin up there from the 1800s. There was a homestead up there, but it's since been closed off by the Forest Service. They barricaded it all, but you used to be able to cross the creek down over there and go continue up the trail and loop back around to Tallulah or to Tate City. Yeah. So that's it over there. And right in front of us we have a little water crossing that can be deep. It is not that deep right now, but I have seen cars lock up in here. We're on pavement. Just put it back in two-wheel drive. We're not going to air up because we're going to go jump on the highway, turn left, and then make another left onto Popcorn Creek Trail. Popcorn Creek has a lot of mud puddles, a couple of washouts that are pretty fun. I don't know, it's a fun trail just to loop back into Clayton from Charlie's Creek. So you could, I like running it in reverse. I like running Popcorn Creek all the way up, hitting a right onto the highway, then you make another right onto the back end of Charlie's Creek. Run Charlie's Creek all the way back down to the Tallulah Gorge, and then after you get out of the Tallulah area, you're gonna hang a left, go up Coleman River Road, and then hang a left all the way up to the mountaintop and get away, which we might go check out. It's about 12 right now. We might go up to the mountaintop and camp there tonight. I think we're supposed to, well, let me see if I got cell phone service out there. We should have a clear night tonight, and then in the morning we'll head back. All right. All right, so we ran into a little group right there, about 6 rigs. They said that it's clear all the way, but it's really hairy. He says lockers aren't working, but he made it. But we're gonna go for it. I've done this trail a couple times, but he said that washout's like about 3 feet right now. So he said hug the wall. We'll see. Again, it's not really the rig, it's the driver, but I'm on 37s, obviously triple locked, so a little bit more capable vehicle, and I feel confident in my off-road skills. So let's go check out Popcorn Creek. So Popcorn Creek does not have any big water crossings or cool creek crossings. There's one little one at the end on the way out back to Clayton, but it does have some big washouts. There is probably 3 to 4 pretty good sized washouts on this trail, more towards the Clayton side. Just be aware of that. You do have to have a high clearance 4x4 with a low range. Alright, a lot of you mentioned in the comments how I pull up the weather, fuel, and Doppler radar on my Jeep radio, and let me show you how I do that. So I have the bigger 8.1 display, and I do have a subscription to XM radio, and I think you need that. But TravelLink, you hit that, and then you hit the weather map, and that shows you your Doppler, if there's any storms in the area. Obviously the hurricane washout right there, but yeah, we got cloud cover, but that's about it today. Fronts, radar, storms, all that stuff. Center on car, pretty self-explanatory. Go back to TravelLink, weather, so I can get 3 and 6 hours. Everything else, let's see, change location. And then fuel. We can find fuel prices for change it to diesel. So if you're out in the outback or out west where it's hard to find diesel, this has saved me out in Colorado, and especially on the Rimrocker Trail where it's hard to find diesel. But this just shows how far long ago it was updated and the price, which this is high. It was about $3 a gallon back where I'm from in South Carolina. And then, you know, you can look up movies, sports, all that stuff. But, yeah. So, we're at probably one of the hardest parts of Popcorn Creek. It's a little bit of a drop-off, but there's a washout that was later on. And, I'm going to set the tripod out. Let me show you. Probably doesn't look like much on the camera, but obviously you're going to hug the wall and come down right here. And it's muddy, so that's going to be the problem. There you go. I don't know how good you can see that. It's about 3 feet. Well, that was kind of easy. Shocks give you a lot more confidence. Oh, we got some mud right here. I believe there's another big washout up here too. Let's see, we should come up on it here shortly. Yeah, someone's been through here. Fresh chainsaw. Holy crap. Alright, let's assess. Alright, looks like they all went off camber. Oh my god. Honestly, I feel better dropping into it, because you got a pretty good rut here, but I can clear this. I know it doesn't look like much on camera, but if you get right here and you kind of have a lip on there, but you could flop. This one, your tires are going to keep you from... Yeah, I'm going to get into it. This is why I like doing this trail in reverse. I like going up this stuff rather than going down it. So not only is it muddy, I know it looks like they all took the high line, but this is all rock down here. And at least I know if my wheels are against this dirt bank, I know I'm not going to roll. So I don't like taking the high line because I'm top heavy. I could flip, you know. So that was 24 degrees off camber in that worst section. So that's why I like taking the downward line, because I know from experience if you start sliding on that slick Georgia clay, you're going to go over, and I don't want to go over. But the Jeep is okay, you know, here. If you have the sliders and big enough sidewalls, mud terrains, it's hard to damage something. Not saying it's impossible, but you can see that we utilize the 37 sidewalls. So that's why I love the KM3 mud terrains. The sidewalls are thick enough where you can do stuff like that and not worry about popping a sidewall. It's the sharp rocks you got to look out for. Well, that I think is the worst of it. The rest should be a bunch of mud puddles and then a nice little creek crossing at the end. All right, got a little bit of a rock garden here. Nothing crazy. Let's use our front camera to kind of navigate this rock. Should be good there. A little bit of flexy. Unfortunately, there's no real camping on Popcorn Creek Trail. There is one or two little offshoots. I meant to come back and explore one of the offshoots that's more close to the highway side. And then there is one or two offshoots on this trail that may lead to a primitive little camping area. This water stinks, like stinky stink. And this is the end. We're gonna hang a right here. So this is the end of Popcorn Creek. It is 1:14 p.m. So what was that? About an hour. I obviously stopped to film. We're gonna hang a right here, and there's a little water crossing. And that's gonna loop back around to the entrance to the Tallulah Creek, down to Sandy Bottoms, and the entrance to Charlie's Creek and all that. But we're gonna pass that and hang a left on Coleman River Road and head up the mountain to the mountaintop getaway and probably hang out up there. I only use an eighth of tank of gas or diesel. Thinking about any other roads to check out. Nope. There's nothing else I want to check out road-wise. If Steve comes tonight, then in the morning we'll head out the other way and check out Sandy Ford, and then we'll exit out through Walking Stick. That had a gnarly spot. I got mud all over my shirt, all over my pants. Good thing I brought a couple spare. Good thing I brought some spare clothes. So if I know it's gonna be muddy or raining, I like to have extra clothes just to. I do have 3 bundles of firewood and water in the back to take a shower. I need one. So there's a little water crossing right here. It can be deep. And then we're gonna hang a left after the water crossing. And this kind of loops back around. And it does get pretty. Does kind of have a steep hill climb. Left onto Coleman River Road. You're going to take a left right here onto 54. Forest Road 54. And then we're going to hang another left up here shortly. This is part of the Georgia Traverse. This is part of the Georgia Traverse. But the little mountaintop campsite area. But the little primitive mountaintop campsite is a little side chute off the traverse. We shall see.
Little did I know I would spend the next 3 to 4 hours just clearing trees and brush off the trail from the recent hurricane.
So up here we're going to come to a T intersection, and you go right to go on the Georgia Traverse to continue on the Georgia Traverse, and you go left to go to the top of the mountain. It takes about 40 minutes to an hour to get to the top. It's a winding road. We'll see how bad it is, or if it's even, available. This is the intersection.
It takes about an hour to climb all the way up to the top, and it's just a one track, pretty narrow in some sections, but you got some good views on the way up and down. But just watch your turnouts, because if anyone's coming down, you're gonna have to back up a little bit to make way and pass.
Alright, well, as you can see in the background, we got a tree down. It looks like someone recently cut it. So see, it looks like someone recently cut it, and then they cut it again right about there. But we're going to use the winch and go from there to that tree and just see if we can pull it that way. So let's get set up. It's a great idea to have a little storage box up on your roof for your winch and recovery and snatch blocks and kinetic ropes. You may not be able to access the back of your vehicle, and sometimes you're not even able to get out of your vehicle if you're stuck in a mud pit or a water hole, and someone can easily jump up top and grab your recovery stuff and help you out. So having the weight up there isn't always the best for off-roading, but it's extremely easy to access that stuff while you're doing a recovery or a winch pull. All right, so I got it going to a, all right, I'm going to a snatch block right here. Let's pull the tree. Unfortunately, I forgot to charge the remote for my winch. So I had to just back up and use the Jeep to pull the tree out of the way. Typically don't recommend this, but I already did all the rigging and it was all safe, so I just put it in reverse and slowly dragged the tree out of the way. And then I put the winch remote back on the charger. Charge your wireless remote for your winch, because mine died. Well guys, I've been clearing trees as I've been going up, and I winched over one. I cleared 2 trees off the road, but then I came across 2 big trees that fell on top of each other, and it's just too sketchy for me to do by myself. If I had someone else here, I'd feel confident in doing it. I know Steve and I, we've cleared bigger trees, you know, than this, but it complicates things when you got multiple trees falling on top of each other. So, and I don't know what's behind this. I'm not even to the that clearing where the gate is up there. Yeah, you can probably drive under it, but the other side has limbs hanging down that will scrape your roof and could shift that top tree and disturb it and cause it to fall on you. And those trees are heavy, man. That's like solid wood, dude. Well, I made it past that tree and then many other trees, but it started raining. There's just supposed to be one little cloud going over, and then it's supposed to be clear all night. But well, for Georgia, it's pretty high elevation, but I'm at let's see here, I'm at 5,020 feet. There are way more trees down to get to the very top of that one campsite that I always stay at. I've never stayed at this one, but it's good enough for 1 to 2 people, 1 to 2 vehicles. It's kind of the backup one if someone's up at the other top one. There's pretty much 3 campsites up here. There's the one on the top, there's this one over here, which you can kind of see from the top, and then there's one, a little one down the road a little bit. It's about 4 o'clock. I'm tired, man. I've been chopping down trees. Went through 2 chainsaw batteries. I'm glad I bought 2 of the batteries for my DeWalt chainsaw, because I could just swap them off the charger as I need them. I also have a spare blade back there too if I mess the chain up. My shoulder, after that rotator cuff surgery, my shoulder still isn't 100%, so I'm not trying to overdo it. I'm using my right arm. The doctor said it'd be about a year before I'm 100%. But it feels, I mean, it's sore, but it's healing. It's definitely a lot better than right after the surgery. Well, guys, I'm just rambling, but that's my view right now. Just got clouds rolling over the mountain here, waiting for it to clear up. The sun's trying to poke through. Let's see, it's coming from this direction, that way. I'm starving. I didn't eat lunch. I'm probably dehydrated. I got water. I went to get a cup at Chick-fil-A the other day. Because I got beer. I gotta wind in that winch too. The remote died. Damn it, I bought the wrong ones. Hot and spicy. I was trying to grab the regular ones. I'm not gonna eat this. I can't do spicy. I really can't. Back when I smoked cigarettes, I could, but sugar-free beef jerky. This Tillamook stuff is pretty good. It's good protein. The teriyaki one's way better. It's still no sugar, but 0 sugars. 14 grams of protein. Wait for the storm to blow over. We'll set up camp. All right, guys, we are on top of the mountain. Let me show you a view over here. We got the new diesel heater. I'm letting it do its first break-in cycle. Let it run on high for a good 20 minutes. Needs to burn in. We got to run the winch line back up in there. I got this view. That trail, go up that way. It goes to the top mountain campsite, but there's a ton of trees blocking it. I'm tired, man. I cleared everything up to this spot. You go left, that's the way down to Clayton. But yeah, sun's breaking through that way. This is gonna be camp for tonight. We got the new Vivor diesel heater. I'm doing a video on this right now, tonight, but hopefully this turns out good. I'm gonna get the fire started, and hopefully the rain holds out. I'm gonna take a shower because I am soaked in sweat. I'm soaked in sweat from cutting down trees all day, but overall it was a good day. Dry the tent out. All right, so we're gonna run the winch in first, shower, diesel heater video, chair video, and then crack a beer because we deserve it today. I might get the drone up, get some of this clouds in the mountain. It is so peaceful out here. I absolutely love being away from other people. All right, let's get this winch line in. We're engaged. Let me put you up somewhere. All right, since we used the winch and I killed the remote, I forgot to charge it. Now that it's been charging, we're gonna run the winch line in. And the right way to do it is to tie it to a tree or something like that and pull the vehicle towards that. But I didn't take out all the lines, so I'm just gonna kind of pull on it while we run it in.
Before you ask, I'm wearing rubber gloves because I do have a pack of gloves in the back, and setting up the fire pit always gets my hands full of charcoal, so I just wear the gloves. And they also come in handy for cooking. You don't get your hands all greasy with food on them. And being a full-time Honda mechanic, used to wearing them all the time anyway, so I kind of forget I have them on. I have a Smitty built
waterproof winch. It's 12,000 pounds, and it is a great winch. I ran the same one on my Tundra.
And that's it. You should probably, if you have a synthetic line, you should probably replace it every 3 to 4 years if you use it heavily, if not sooner. Not only does it get dirt and dust and grit and stuff in it, but it does wear and break down. So, yeah, we're about 2 years, so maybe next year. But I'm glad I have a winch, because I definitely get you out of trouble, especially if you're solo. Especially helpful with trees, moving them out of the way. It's safer, and if you ever get stuck, it's such a controlled recovery. So easy to start a fire with these. I can fit like 6 of these in a little spot, so I like doing that when the garbage bag isn't in the trasharoo during camp. I kind of hang it by that rotor packs up there. It's easier to not pull that flap up. It's just easier. And then at night, I put it inside the alu cab, close the door. You don't have to worry about the scent or any kind of animal getting into it. I have in the past put a little bit of fire starter on a paper towel and throw it in there, just so it covers up the smell of any kind of food you have in there.
I absolutely love this pop-up fire pit. The trick with this is to not burn any plastic in it. It makes a mess. So burn paper only.
I'm gonna take a shower. I don't think you guys want to see that. Good morning. Slept pretty good last night, but check out this sunrise over the mountains back there. Yeah, fog rolling in. Woke up to that. Pretty cool. Well, I'm gonna pack up, head down the mountain. It's gonna be a little bit quicker going down than it was coming up, because I obviously cleared all the trees in the way. So let's get to it, guys. Alright guys, let's clean up camp.
So it got real cold last night. Glad I got that diesel heater. I probably had a quarter of a tank left after 2 nights, and I ran it long last night, but it probably dropped into the upper 40s last night, so glad I had the diesel heater. Definitely made things more comfortable. Alright, so I got bacon, but in true Overland fashion, we're gonna hit Clayton and gas up on our way out. We'll get coffee there. Oh, today's Monday, so I'm trying to go to Chick-fil-A and get an egg bites or something. So pretty out here. I get the solo thing, traveling solo, but end of the day, I do miss hanging out with friends, and obviously I do miss James hanging around with me, so we'll definitely be coming back up here. I'd have to say, after all of this, Popcorn Creek trail was probably the hardest trail. Charlie's Creek got a little fun at one section. It has some off camber like holes in the ground, but there's a couple of obstacles on Popcorn Creek was the probably the most difficult trail out here besides walking stick, but I don't have time today, so I owe Steve that, so we're gonna come back. Thanks for watching, guys. Well, guys, we're airing up. Gonna hit downtown Clayton after we pull on out of here and gas up, get a little breakfast, and head on home. Should be home by noon. Not that bad of a drive, about 3 hours. So, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, show YouTube love, and we'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye.